Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Fayy Lenee back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Be sure to click on the subscribe button down below as well so that you can join my fam here on YouTube. And if you are not new here, then you already know what it is. So thank you so much for coming back for another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 must-have warm eyeshadow palettes for the fall. So I thought that it would be helpful to share with you guys some of the palettes that have been like my go-to palettes over the past couple of weeks. Not even, because it's like barely just fall, but some of these palettes are just palettes that I've had in my collection for a while and palettes that I have been reaching for years in the fall time, or just in general for my warm makeup looks. And yeah, I am personally a huge fan of warm eyeshadow palettes, and so I'm all about people telling me what are more warm eyeshadow palettes that are bomb that I should purchase or consider picking up. So I figured I would share a couple of my favorites with you guys today. And it's pretty much self-explanatory, so I don't have a ton to say for this intro. So if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my top 5 must-have fall eyeshadow palettes. Alright guys, so I think I'm going to go from drugstore to high-end, or like more expensive. There are so many more palettes that I could have included in this video, but I really wanted to narrow it down to my top 5 so that I'm not sitting here rambling for 20 or 30 minutes about all of my favorite warm eyeshadow palettes. I can definitely do a part 2 to this video, but these are like my main go-tos. So the first one that I wanted to mention is by Profusion. This is the Profusion Sienna's 21 eyeshadow palette. It does also come with a brush. The brush is right here. I took it out because I did actually use this eyeshadow palette to create this look that I have on right now. And I did film it, so it may or may not be up before this video. It'll probably go up after this video. So stay tuned for that, but I did use this palette to film this look, or to create this look, I should say. But yeah, this is a super affordable palette. You can find Profusion at Target. If you've never heard of them, you can find them at Target. Super affordable. And this particular palette, like I said, is a newer one to me. I just recently started using it over the past couple of weeks. But to be a drugstore palette, I have been completely blown away by the quality of this palette, the pigmentation of the shadows, the blendability, just the overall smoothness and just bombness of this palette overall. Like I said, I did use it to create the look that I have on my eyes right now, with the exception of this like bronzy shade. That is a different eyeshadow, which you guys will see when I post the tutorial. But all of the other shades that you see on my eyes, the mattes, the inner corner highlight, all of that is this eyeshadow palette. So definitely had to share this one. And I guess I can quickly like swatch a couple of the shades for you guys. But these, I mean, look at that. Just from rubbing my finger in the shadow, these are gorgeous. Okay, so just a couple of quick swatches. Got one. This one is a matte. I mean, look how buttery smooth that matte eyeshadow is. And then this one is another shimmer. So I'm telling y'all, this eyeshadow palette is worth every penny. Like I said, you can find it at Target. And all of the palettes that I mentioned, I will have listed and linked for you guys down below in the description, as always. Okay, so next up I have a Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette. This one is the Warrior by Juvia's. I am a huge fan of Juvia's Place and their products. They are a Black-owned makeup brand, which is a plus, but their products are bomb. I own so many of their eyeshadow palettes. Like, they're just, the quality of them is absolutely amazing. And I was actually first introduced to this brand by Nikki Tutorials, and I have been obsessed and in love with them ever since. But I wanted to share this palette in particular because, girl, these shadows. First of all, the sizes that you get in these pans is so generous for the price. They're super affordable. You do have to order online from their website, but they're super affordable, and there are tons of discount codes out there that you can use to get money off. But these shadows, let me just show you guys. So I'll swatch a couple of them really quick. I'll do like I did on the other one. So I'll do some shimmers and a matte. So here is a shimmer. I mean, look at that pigmentation. And then here is a matte. So there are a couple of swatches over on this side of the shadows in this eyeshadow palette. The Juvia's Place eyeshadows are easily some of the most pigmented, buttery, creamy, smooth, affordable eyeshadows that I have in my entire collection, and I will continue to purchase and support them as long as they continue making bomb eyeshadows like the ones in the palettes that I own so far, because they really are amazing. But this one in particular, like I said, I wanted to share with you guys because it is a really beautiful, warm eyeshadow palette that is perfect for the fall months. Alright, so next up I have an oldie but a goodie. This one is an OG, and it is the Morphe 3502 eyeshadow palette. Now I know some of you guys are probably so over Morphe, so tired of hearing about them. I know there's been a lot of drama around Morphe and, you know, different things having to do with their brand. I'm not here to talk about the drama, but I did have to include this eyeshadow palette because it's good. Like, there's no denying that this eyeshadow palette is good. Like, the 350 palette was good. It was sold out for good reason. I have that one as well, and this one is just as good. But I prefer this one because the shadows in this palette are actually more warm than the original 350. When they came out with this eyeshadow palette, I debated purchasing it because I was like, oh, it's just going to be exactly the same as the 350. No. When I purchased it and I put them side by side, this one is actually much more warm tone. It makes the 350 look cool toned, which is crazy because I have always considered the original 350 palette to be a very warm palette. But next to this one, it makes that one look cool. So as you guys can see, there's tons of absolutely stunning warm shades in here. Lots of really great mattes, great transitions. You have a black, which is a must, a necessity. I wish more palettes or more brands would put black eyeshadows like in every single palette. It's just a must. So very glad that they put this in here. And the other reason why I really love this one in comparison to the original 350 is all of the shades in this palette are brown girl friendly. The 350 palette, it has a couple of like lighter shades at the top of the palette that are good for lighter complexions, or if you want to set your eyeshadow base, or maybe highlight your brow bone. But they're not really great shades for women of color. Whereas this palette, every single shade in here is bomb for women of color, and I highly recommend this one over the 350. They're both good palettes, but if I had to choose between the two, I would definitely choose this one. So yeah, sorry to any of you guys that may not be huge fans of Morphe, but you guys know that I'm always going to tell you guys the tea, the truth, and the truth is this palette is bomb. And if you're looking for an affordable, warm toned eyeshadow palette with a ton of shades in it, it's a really good bang for your buck. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and move into two more higher end eyeshadow palettes. And the first one that I want to mention to you guys is the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat. Now, you may have seen the full-size version of the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, which I guess I'll show you guys. Hold on one second. Okay, so here is the full-size version of the Urban Decay Naked Heat. Here is the Naked Petite Heat. Now, I particularly wanted to mention to you guys the Petite Heat because this eyeshadow palette is all matte eyeshadows on the inside. Yes, all matte eyeshadows on the inside. It does come with a mirror, and I thought that this was a really great eyeshadow palette for someone who might be looking for just an everyday basic eyeshadow palette with really great warm tones in it. You may be someone that gets overwhelmed by tons of eyeshadows in a palette like the Morphe palette, and you might just want something basic that you can wear every day, that you can throw in your crease, that can give you like a nice quick little wash of color and just an everyday put together makeup look with matte shadows. And this is going to give you that. And I also really love that the shadows in this palette are brown girl friendly. You have two really nice highlighting shades here depending on your skin tone. You also have some really great transition shades here, and then also a deeper shade to deepen up the outer V or smoke out your lower lash line or do a smoky liner, however it is that you prefer to use it. And again, all of the shades are warm and perfect for the fall time. Also really quick, before I move on, I guess it would be helpful to show you the inside of the full-size Naked palette if you're interested. So this is the full size. This is the petite size. And of course the full-size version does have some shimmers in it as well, and the petite one just has your basic matte shadows. Alright guys, so last but certainly not least, I have a palette from Anastasia, and it was very tempting for me to include several palettes from Anastasia, but I forced myself to narrow it down to just one that I felt like fit the overall kind of theme that we're going for with this video, and it is the Anastasia Soft Glam Eyeshadow Palette. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and I did film a full review on this eyeshadow palette, or it may have been a tutorial, I don't remember which one. I will try to go back and find that video and link it for you guys, but I did film that when this palette first came out. And this is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes out of all of the palettes that Anastasia has come out with. And I have personally made it my mission to purchase every single one that I really like. So I have a very extensive collection of Anastasia eyeshadow palettes, but this one in particular I do find myself gravitating towards a lot more than some of the other ones, just because I find that this palette has pretty much everything that I need to do a look from start to finish, whether it be an everyday like daytime look or a more glam eyeshadow look. Like this exact look that I have on my eyes right now, I could have created with this eyeshadow palette. Similar, because it doesn't have like the bronzy shimmery shades, but I could have created something very similar to this look with this eyeshadow palette. Again, it has a black, which is a must, and it also has a lot of really great matte, warm transition shades that are perfect for the crease. The shadows blend beautifully, and this is just a really great like all around warm tone eyeshadow palette in my opinion. If you were going to purchase a high-end palette or a more expensive eyeshadow palette and you wanted it to be one that would be like a one and done, like you could purchase this and be good to go for your warm tone looks, this would definitely be one that I would recommend. Alright guys, so that is going to bring us to the end of my top 5 must-have warm eyeshadow palettes for the fall time. I really hope that you guys enjoyed and found this video helpful. Again, I will have all of the palettes that I mentioned in this video, plus the little bonus of the full-size naked heat palette. I will have everything listed down below in the description with the links to the palettes if you're interested in checking them out or purchasing them. And yeah, it's no secret that fall time is all about the warm tones, all about the warm eyeshadow looks, and these are some of my must-have go-to eyeshadow palettes that I have been loving this year, and of course some that I have been loving previous years, and I felt like I had to share with you guys. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite warm toned eyeshadow palette is for fall time or just year round. Let me know down below in the comments. And that's pretty much all that I have for you guys for this video. So thank you so much again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon in my next one.